Really? How do you put your... Why can't you...
Stop! Those police! Get on the ground right now. Get on the ground. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Got the hand. Go over your stomach.
Nobody's in it. Nobody's in it. Nobody's in it.
Just like charging just for
Do I need to move?
Hang on, John. Nobody's in the car. I'll go in the back of
Is he under it?
Yeah. I've never seen that. Hands behind your back. Hands behind your back.
Y'all just ran me over, bro. Y'all just ran me over, bro.
They ran the man over. A cop car runs him over. They still proceed to handcuff him, arrest him. What is the underlying reason? It must be something quite massive. Put it full mass. Police cruiser decided to run over this man. This was during his arrest for jaywalking. He was arrested for jaywalking. Kemonte Hampton was ran over by an unattended police cruiser. An incident involving police officers in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and a black alleged jaywalker resulted in the civilian being injured by the police cruiser that one officer apparently failed to put in park before exiting. Also, it arguably looks like it could be a case of racial profiling gone wrong. You see, bodycam footage obtained by KJRH News shows the moment one of the officers rolled up on Mr. Hampton in a Quick Trip parking lot on April 15th. Officers pinned Hampton to the ground when the cruiser rolls backward over the suspect. Police Captain Richard Mullenberg told KWGS Local that an officer attempted to stop Hampton for failing to use a crosswalk when crossing the street. Mullenberg identified the cop as Officer Caleb Strobel, who he said tried to get Hampton to come over to his vehicle. But Hampton walked, not ran, just walked away. No, sir, he was just continuing walking. That's all he did, okay? Prompting him to chase the jaywalking. So what the hell are y'all doing, man? The jaywalking suspect in and out of a hotel in an area and around the Quick Trip. Mullenberg didn't identify the officer whose cruiser ran over Hampton. Another officer is responding to the scene, pulls up there to assist. He believes he parks his car, puts his car in park, and while he was back assisting, his car was actually not in park. It was in reverse. So it actually backs into the officer and the suspect. But see, Mullenberg also noted that Mr. Hampton was taken to the hospital treated for his injuries, and that a panel within the police department will determine this month if the officers' actions should be internally reviewed. Sir, it should be internally reviewed while your cops are chasing and so damn gun-ho to get involved in a jaywalking incident. Let me tell you something, man. I'm perplexed by this. What is the excitement about a jaywalker? Oh, black male with dreads. Got it? Now that's something, isn't it? Black man with dreads. The rest of it can be whatever. You just need some pretext to create the context for the arrest. The chief, Mullenberg, also offered another interesting tidbit, not an apology. Tidbit of information here that might shed a little light on why the jaywalking incident resulted in such an aggressive police response in the first place. Per KWGS, Mullenberg said Hampton's initial police stop stemmed from increased calls for more policing in the area after an uptick of violent and drug-related crimes. This included jaywalking enforcement. He said, so the chief said, the police typically issue a citation to jaywalkers, at most, unless they have outstanding warrants. Hampton wasn't using the crosswalk, so he was jaywalking. So we have probable cause to stop and talk to that person, he said. Yeah, it's called pretext once again. That's correct, he's citing the law. But people are saying that it's drugs and crime in the area. And we have a problem with jaywalkers. That doesn't even make sense, sir. You're saying this is the complaint? I guarantee you folks that are complaining about hardcore drugs and hardcore violence, they're not complaining about a city ordinance of jaywalkers. You threw that in there and shame on you. Quote, is it a minor infraction, he says? He answers his own question. Yes, absolutely. But it comes on the demands of the community saying, hey, we have these major crimes out here. Do something. Put up the chief again. Chief Mullenberg said, we're going to do it. We're going to stop every black male with dreadlock, a jaywalker that you have, because we know what you're saying. We speak code just like you. That's what the chief is saying. So he's going to go after jaywalkers. The chief told the local news, KJRH, leading up to the incident, for months, we had hundreds of calls in that area, in that inn. Mr. Hampton was charged with misdemeanor improper walking. That's the actual charge, misdemeanor improper walking and obstructing an officer, indicating that his stop didn't produce a reason for more serious charges such as, drugs, weapons, warrants, the things you said you were doing, sir. It's a damn shame, man. The community deserves better than you. You have taken their probably authentic plea for assistance and rolled it into a defense for your cops and the ridiculous way they handled this. Shame on. All right, Jordan, thoughts here.
I just, like you say, why does he need to be in handcuffs after being run over by a cop car for jaywalking? Like, at what point? Like, what would it take for them to consider, hey, maybe we should get him medical help first? Maybe this minor offense is not that big of a deal. And you have to wonder, what if he was white? What if it was a white woman who jaywalked? What would the response be? If somehow they still went after her, if she got run over by a car, what would they do? I can't help but think it would be different. And this callousness toward people they are there to protect and serve, you're seeing, is never about that. It is punitive, it is aggressive, it is brutal and barbaric. And now this person has injuries, who knows how bad, that are totally avoidable had they just remained calm, not escalated the situation, and not resorted to slapping cuffs on this person, again, for jaywalking. If I had $1 for every person I saw jaywalking, I would be able to retire. It is, yes, we shouldn't do it, but it happens all the time.
And usually, Jordan, when police departments engage in these pretextual stops, right? If they find something, then they charge you with everything. But if they don't find anything, they typically don't charge you just with the pretextual thing, because the pretextual thing wasn't the thing. These guys still charged them with the pretextual thing because they didn't find anything. And now you have cities that are passing laws that make it illegal for cops to pull you over in a pretextual stop. Why? Because they've abused it. That's why.